Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Friday 31st of August. Got a quick look ahead for you. As always, sites get free of charge because of the adverts that you see around the screen. So by you coming back and visiting the site regularly, that's what generates the revenue, because we can put more adverts in front of you and it keeps the site free of charge. And when you click on an advert, it generates even more revenue. So if you do see an advert you like, click on it, use us, and that's what generates the revenue that keeps the site free. Now, just want to look ahead first of all. This is from the PSU eWall site, and these are the charts running from next Friday through to Monday the 10th of September. And what these are showing us is the 500 millibar mean flow from the ECMWF on the left, the GFS on the right. And you can see how here, look, we've got above normal heights, these orange colours shown through the British Isles and in the Atlantic, and similar again on the GFS. Although interestingly, the GFS is making more of this trough that's in the central parts of the Atlantic by the middle of next week. This is something we need to be watching out for. Just to see about a breakdown in conditions across Europe. But interesting that the GFS has highlighted this, so we're going to be watching this very carefully. But for now, let's just concentrate on the fact that a ridge of high pressure looks as if it is going to be through the British Isles during this 3-day period. So the ensemble looks like this then today. This is the chart for 1 o'clock this afternoon. It tells you the time and the date in the top right hand corner. High pressure down to the southwest. We've got a front moving into western Scotland and Northern Ireland, bringing some outbreaks of rain there. And it looks as if for northern areas it's probably going to be a fairly cloudy day through Saturday. I think some cloud and rain for northern and western parts of Scotland, northern and western parts of Ireland. Better for eastern and southern Scotland and for eastern Ireland too. And some good spells of sunshine coming through across England and Wales, although these western coasts may always be troubled by low cloud and some mist at times. Now, overnight into Sunday, this front drifts southwards. There it is. You can see the line of it here marked on the rainfall predictions. That front drifts southwards, and by Sunday it's going to be lying through southern parts of the country. Now, I think the problem there will be the amount of cloud that that front brings and where it breaks up. I do think that for much of East Anglia, southern counties of England, southern Wales, it's going to be quite a cloudy day. I think there'll be spots of drizzle even during the morning, particularly I think for southwest England and for southern and western Wales, where it could be a dull, damp start to the day. I think dry further east, although I wouldn't still rule out a risk of a spot of drizzle even on sunny morning. But I think the process will be that the front breaks up, the cloud bases lift, the sun comes through and visibility improves. Although this southwest corner running up through the Irish Sea, southwest England and the Western Channel may always be troubled by low cloud and drizzle at times. And poor visibility. I think northern and western Scotland seeing some cloud too, but I think elsewhere we should be generally dry. The winds, as you can see here, probably mainly westerly, blowing about a force 3. I think a force 4 up these western coasts, near a southwesterly force 5s through Scotland. Probably force 2 or force 3 inland towards the east. And then overnight into Monday, well, the remnants of the front will be breaking up to the south. The high pressure stays with us, so I think Monday looks like being another dry day, sunny spells for most of us. Again, couldn't rule out an odd mist or fog patch lapping onto these western coasts. I think some cloud and rain for northern and western Scotland once again, where the winds are increased, but elsewhere it looks as if it should be a fair day with good spells of sunshine in the east. And then overnight into Tuesday, I think what we'll find is low pressure passing close to northern Scotland on Tuesday. This brings some outbreaks of rain to northern Scotland and increased winds here, and gales affecting these northern coasts. I think bits and pieces of rain too affecting western Scotland and northwest England as well as Northern Ireland, but for most it should be a dry day, although a front is going to be slipping southwards as a weakened feature. I wouldn't completely rule out the risk of a shower through the Midlands during the course of Tuesday, perhaps East Anglia too on Tuesday afternoon, but I think they would only be light if they come. Cold front then slips southwards. It introduces fresher air from the northwest, and that sets us up, I think, quite nicely for a fine day on Wednesday. Pretty chilly night though, Tuesday night. Could be down for a touch of crown frost once again. I think Wednesday looks like being a fine day with sunny spells, and it looks as if it does stay fine overnight into Thursday. Thursday itself looks to be fair too, with some good spells of sunshine in the south, although a front bringing wind, cloud and rain to northern and western Scotland and the north and west of Ireland. And then as we head into the back end of the week, so we're going to find high pressure staying across southern parts of the country. And I think what we'll then find next weekend is the influence of this trough just starting to come into the Atlantic. So again, I think we're going to be finding some outbreaks of rain just affecting the north and the west of Scotland as we go through Saturday and into Sunday. I think more southern areas staying drier. Then into the early part of the week, I think still breezy towards the north with outbreaks of rain at times through Scotland and Ireland, but dry down towards the south with some sunny spells. And then into the new week, well, the southwesterly flow persists through the country. Outbreaks of rain coming in at times, particularly for Scotland, northwest England and Northern Ireland. But notice how the south generally is staying dry. I think this is a period we need to watch, though. Always this period between the 10th and the 14th has had a question mark on it. The reason for it is that we could find the remnants of some tropical storms coming back across the Atlantic, pumping more moisture into the atmosphere, and it could be that in here somewhere we find a more significant spell of rain going through most of the country. And then into the second half of September, well, looks as if the westerly flow comes in. I think what we'll find is that southern parts of the country are still seeing below normal rainfall, although not completely dry. There'll be some outbreaks of rain at times, while Scotland and Northern Ireland see most of the rain that is around. It could also affect northwest England too. I'll bring you up to date on that, though, over the next couple of days, just formulating some ideas together just at the moment. But for now, that's it. So thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.